I want to kind of pull together some of the stuff we've been talking about and give you an idea of how you might use it in building a game. So right here I have a procedure definition, a function definition. In Python we call procedures functions. The name of the function is bool, and it gets two inputs. The first input is called which roll. That's like which roll you're on. So when you're bowling, in each frame you get 3 rolls, and you knock down a certain number of pins. So if you're on roll number 1 and you got all the pins down, all 10 pins down, then you got a strike. If you're on roll number 2 and you got all the pins down, then that's a spare. Okay, because presumably if you got a strike the first time, they set up all the pins and you see how many you got down the second time, right? And then if you're on roll number 3, or if you haven't gotten up to roll number 3, if you haven't rolled 3 times, then we say try again, and otherwise your turn is over. So I'm not checking to see if you got 3 strikes in a row. But anyhow, this is just give you a basic idea. So I have 3 bowlers here: Dolores, Christine, and Sarah. And Dolores, on her first roll, got 7 pins down. On her second roll, she knocked down all the pins. And as soon as all the pins get knocked down, they're set up again. So you get another shot at all 10 pins. So the third shot she knocked down 8. So she got a spare because she knocked down on her second roll. She got a spare because she knocked down all the pins, and then she got another try here with 8. Christine, on her first roll, got them all down, so she got a strike her first ball, and then with the second roll the pins were set up again, so she got knocked down 7, and then on her third roll she knocked down 2 more and had 9 down altogether. And Sarah got 4 on her first roll, then she got 3 more to knock down 7 on her second roll, and 2 more to have 9 down on her third roll. So let's see what that looks like. So Dolores, because she only got 7 down her first time, it said try again, right? And that was that roll was less than 3, so it said try again. On her second roll, she got all 10 down, so she got a spare. On her third roll, she got 8 down, but that was the end of that was her third roll, so it said your turn is over. And then for Christine, she got a strike her first time. Okay, which roll was 1 and pins down was 10, so she got a strike. On her second roll, she got 7 pins down, so it just said try again. On the third roll, she had 9 down, it said your turn is over. And then Sarah, because she didn't get any strikes or spares, just said try again, your turn is over. So if we were going to be a little fancier, we would actually be, tallying the score as we go. But this just gives you a general idea of what you can do with ifs and elifs and elses and ands. Okay. Let me show you this piece here. Control-Shift-K gets rid of those hash marks. So this one is, let's say you're playing a guessing game and you want somebody to guess a number between 1 and 10. Well, if the number is less than 1 or bigger than 10, then it's not a good guess, right? So we'll just, right here we have a test. So between 1 and 10 then is either going to return a false or return a true, right? So we say if between 1 and 10, 7, print good guess. Well, 7 is going to return So notice we have this, since this returns a true or false, we can use that as our if condition. And then we put our colon and we indent and say print good guess. So since 7 is between 1 and 10, we would expect to see a good guess from there. Let me comment this one for a second. So that should print good guess, right? And it does. And if we made this like a 74 instead, that's not a good guess. So we get the 74 is not between 1 and 10 printed out. Okay. So let me get rid of that one. Or just comment it out and uncomment this stuff. Okay, so what's going on down here? So here we have guess equals input, what's your guess? Now remember, if we want to use guess as an integer, as a number, we need to convert it with int. Okay, so I'm first I get the guess, but this guess is a string. Then I'm converting this string into an integer, and I'm assigning that integer back to the variable guess. So now guess is an integer. And then I say if between 1 and 10 guess, then I print good guess, otherwise I print try again. So now we have something interactive. Let's see. What is your guess? My guess is 14. Oh, it's not between 1 and 10. Try again. All right, I will try again. 5. Good guess. Okay. All right, so that's how we use procedure definitions. Notice everything that belongs to this function is indented under the function. So all of these guys are indented. Everything that you want to happen if the condition is satisfied, if a condition is satisfied, that gets indented under the if. Okay, don't forget your colons. You need a colon after your function header, and you need a colon after your if condition. You need a colon after else. Okay, and then everything gets indented. Make sure you have your indents right. And don't forget, when you get a value from an input, if you want to treat that value as an int or as a float or something like that, you have to convert it. Otherwise, it's a string.